Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good greetings. Today I will be giving my opinion after I have watched a full-length podcast about 1 hour and 15 minutes titled "Clearing the Air with Ali Dawah." This is featuring Adam Saleh and his bro Slim, I think, and also talking to Ali Dawah, right? So it's a podcast that I'm not sure whether it's broadcast live or not, but basically it's conversation of among the three of them, right? So both Ali Dawah and basically socially profiled with Adam and Slim, that is from Adam Saleh and Slim side, right? So I watched that particular video, right? I'm not that much into the feud of YouTubers, right? Including Muslim YouTubers. So I'm not well versed of what's going on, etc. Because I'm not into that. I don't have time to follow what's going on in that area, right? But I think feud between YouTubers can be, because that's the news in the YouTube land. Just like people who watch TV follows the gossips about celebrities. I think in YouTube, that is actually a thing. I do not realize this until I realize that this YouTuber talk about this YouTuber, etc. It's such a massive thing in YouTube, that massive follow everything like this. I do not know why. I do not know what's the benefit of this, but it is a thing, right? So among Muslim YouTubers also there are controversies, etc. It seems like, as I'm not going into the details of it because that's not my topic here. I don't even know what's my point here, but there's one thing that I just want to relay, right? Just my personal opinion and feeling after watching that, right? For long, when I realized some of the Muslim YouTubers, especially those who got big, right? And normally they are, how to put it in a not judgmental way, the way they portray themselves is not what practicing Muslim and the normal practicing Muslim will see as perfectly practicing Muslim. I'll just make that statement as such, right, without naming names, without specifying what they do. But it's generally that, right? And normally celebrities are as such as well in the real life, right? This is also real life, but you know what I mean, right? Non-YouTuber figures also is like that, right? For example, we have Muslim actor, TV personnel, etc. that also not perfectly practicing, generally speaking. But many young Muslim look up to them, make them as, I don't know, like a figure that they look up to in a certain way. Anyway, so from the conversation, I think the way Ali Dawah goes about in dealing with, because it is quite interesting at the beginning. It is quite obvious what is the perception of from the other side, from Adam Saleh's side. Of course, I can say this hopefully because shifting towards the end of the video, he realizes that he misunderstood and changed his position towards Ali Dawah, which is a good thing. So it is quite interesting to see the progression of the opinion within the interaction within that 1 hour, right? So from quite hostile towards quite appreciative, right? So it's good to see that. What I can say is this. Of course, I do appreciate more Ali Dawah in terms of where he comes from. He did mention about before he became a Muslim and the struggle he faced, etc., etc., etc. And now we can appreciate more of why he approached things in a certain way, etc., etc., right? But going back to the figures that normally have a massive following, including from the youngsters, including the Muslim youngsters, because they search for someone they can, look up to, and they want celebrities. We cannot I'm not sure if we should have, how to say this, among the Muslim that is more idealistic, we always say that they should not look up to celebrities. They should look up to the ulama, the asatiza, the ustaz, etc. Right? But on a realistic note, we know that's not gonna happen for the mass Muslim youngsters, right? So they will look up to someone like that, right? So I have watched some of the Adam Saleh video where he because when he goes somewhere, he is being received as a celebrity, right? There's some massive youngsters that kind of worship him, not to use that word in that context, but you know what I mean, right? Just like any youngsters watching, I don't know, One Direction. I'm not saying the parallel in terms of level of popularity, but you know, I mean, Justin Bieber, etc. So you know, the youngsters just, oh man. Anyway, so there's several ways of dealing with when you identify that they are showing a part of themselves that we know that, okay, the youngsters, when they see that and they want to emulate that, that's not good. That's not a good role model, right? But how to deal with that reality? And I think this video is a good example of how to deal with it from Ali Da'wah, his approach, right? It is very good, and because we have to see the potential and see the good side, I think, not to say that you brush off what should be addressed. And I think Ali Da'wah did try his best to explain why he is caught in the middle between not how to say, not picking up in terms of the negative things, and to make sure that the youngsters are being addressed. I'm not sure how, because I try to not to go into details, right? But I think the point is, because when I listen to this, there are several things from the Quran that comes to mind, in the sense that, for example, the stories of Musa, being Allah mentioned to Musa to go up to Fir'aun and give da'wah to him, right? And we know Fir'aun, we know, Allah knows Fir'aun is a gone case. In the case that Allah knows his end will be in such a way, he will still reject the truth until the very end. However, the way that Allah commanded Musa, izhab ila Fir'aun innahu tagha, Allah did mention innahu tagha. It's not like izhab ila Fir'aun, he is good, so hopefully he will receive you in a good manner. No, he is tagha, meaning is clear cut. But because he is tagha, you have to go and give da'wah to him. And then if you read the following verses, it's like, hopefully his heart will you know, accept the truth, fearful of Allah, even though Allah knows he will not accept, right? But from the perspective of a da'i, that is what we should get, right? So we, of course, we do not know the person in front of us that is committing something that should not be committed. Our purpose is go to him, hopefully he will change to the better, etc., right? Yeah, so to put it simply, most of us fail to do that, fail to observe that, and we go to the extreme of being judgmental, right? So you are, the extreme is just, you are gone case, you will go to hell, etc. That is not helpful at all. I think that is one of the things that's being addressed quite nicely in this podcast by Ali Da'wah. I think, yeah, what was the point that, yeah, okay, now, because I give the example from the Quran from Musa and Fir'aun, right? And some people says, but see, Fir'aun end up like that anyway. But even if you say that, that still doesn't nullify the point that from the Quran, from the perspective of da'i, you always do not know, right? Of course, that's in that primary example, Fir'aun doesn't change, right? But in the Quran also, we have an example of, in the Surah Al-Alaq, where it is mentioned about Abu Jahal, right? And to cut story short, right, because it highlight how you see potential in people. And to cut the story short, again, Rasul SAW did make dua for hidayah for either Umar al-Khattab or Abu Jahal, right? And by the wisdom of Allah, Allah shows that one becomes a Muslim and a da'i, one's continue to be rejecting the truth and become enemy of Allah, right? And how different they are, even though the starting point is quite the same. They have the same potential, but both are jahiliyah, both want to kill Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but the ending is so much different, right? So when we see, because when we see the same person, right, doing such evil crime, the ending can be totally, totally polar opposite, either Umar al-Khattab or Abu Jahal, right? So we always have to wish and try to make them to be like Umar al-Khattab, right? So people like this, even though currently when we see them, astaghfirullah, we can say that, and yeah, rightfully so, I would say, but our wish should be like, hopefully, let's try our best to shift him towards becoming Umar, because he have a great level of influence, not just Adam Saleh, but many of these YouTubers, right? Somehow, for whatever reason, they have that aura inside them that makes them to have huge followers. Not everyone can have that, I would say. Isn't it good if they can be shifted towards a force of goodness, showing the proper acts of proper Muslim, etc.? That would be good, right? So why not we focus our energy to do that, rather than condemning them, and hopefully so-called they go to the Abu Jahal route and it doesn't help our cause in the end, right? So I'm okay. This is why I really think I really do something of this nature, because reacting to video, I think, is much easier, because I just react on what I see on the spot. This one, if I do not lay out first, okay, what is the narrative I want to share, and really in the video, it becomes all over the place, right? Because this one is just me trying to relay what I felt when just watched the video just now for 1 hour plus. It is quite interesting. I never thought I would have wanted to know what's going on, but accidentally I watched, and then I watched until the end, and alhamdulillah, I think it is a good example, especially from the part of Adi Dakwah in that video. And yeah, wallahu alam, hopefully this is not a waste of time for you if you have watched this until this point. I really need to learn how to outline my idea first. Hopefully after this I will try to do that. It takes more work, actually. That's why I had never have the chance to do this properly. But yeah, I think the best way to go forward is just attempt, improve, just like what I have started with my reaction videos. And over time I can see, I don't know if others can see, because no one follow me throughout the period, but I can see from the beginning until the end there's a shift in terms of improvement. So that's what important. Hopefully, inshallah, this is a stepping stone towards that. Inshallah, pray for me. Hopefully, yeah, I should stop talking and just end the video, right? I do not know how to stop. So thank you for watching. See you next time.